Hello and ni hao. This is a new episode of Business Life in China. Today we're about to watch the second interview with Logan, who is the co-founder of a very decent Shanghai bar called Logan's Punch. In this episode, Logan is going to tell us how much does it cost to open a bar in Shanghai. Is Shanghai a really good place for foreigners to start a restaurant business? And when you are here, how to become and stay unique. If I wanted to open a bar in Shanghai, how much is it going to cost me, approximately?
I think with that kind of stuff, it depends on how much you have. Like obviously, rent is going to be a lot. Like you could spend $1 million USD, you could spend 1 million RMB, you could spend 50,000 RMB. So it's all, it's really subjective to what you want to do and the scope you want to have. Like there's some places around the corners from breweries that are multi-million USD places, and you could see they brew their own beers on site. They're absolutely extravagant. And there's some little like hole-in-the-wall dive bars that maybe sit 6 people and they're like 50,000 RMB a month or 30,000 RMB a month with the worst decorations you've ever seen from Taobao. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff, it's hard to say like what your goal is. Like for me, we spent fairly good chunk of money, almost about 300,000 USD to do this. But we're fully licensed. Everything we have is as legit as it can be because we're a Wolfie, so we're a wholly owned foreign enterprise.
Yes.
So we have no Chinese partners. We're as foreign but local as possible. And so like licensing, all that kind of stuff, don't take shortcuts on that. And that's going to be sometimes expensive depending on what the government's doing in terms of taxes. And that's one of those things you always have to watch out for.
Also, I guess location, right?
Because
your location is great. You're almost in the downtown.
Well, the thing about it, when we started here, there was nobody knew where this was. So we've been open 4 years. 4 years ago, there was nothing here. There was no metro. There was it was just like an old building. Nobody knew anything about it. Now people it's easy to say, oh, we're going to Zhangyuan Plaza. Like people, there's a little bit more name brand, and there's a lot of stuff around here now. So it makes it a little bit more easy to find. But we did our investments and our everything smartly. So we knew we had to spend the time to make the money. So location is important, but sometimes the location, you get maybe not the best location, but if you got a decent location and you do enough buzz, people will start coming to you anyway, like a destination.
Wow. Great insight for everybody. How do you think is Shanghai a good place for foreigners to start a restaurant business, or?
Yeah, I think it is. It depends on really what you're bringing to the table. Like if you're bringing something that's super unique, I'll give you an example. There's so many, and I don't want to disparage any failure restaurants, but like we had this really famous Hawaiian chain that came here, and I think they lasted under a year because they had all these big ideas. Oh, everybody loves us in the States. We've maybe like 50 restaurants in the States. So in Shanghai, with all 20 million people or 30 million people, we're going to be huge, and it doesn't work. But if you come here okay, I want to make Italian food, for example. You have a good concept and it's good food and you're friendly, it's an easy way to go. But I think people come here and they see dollar signs, but they don't realize in this neighborhood, there's 40 Italian restaurants. I could find 8 pizza places, I could find 16 burger shops, 4 of them corporate, the rest of them are just homemade. So you have to really come with something, and you have to come with enough investment to stay, So,
have you studied other cities in China, or think Shanghai is the?
For me, because I live here, I understand Shanghai better. But there's a lot of opportunities in the smaller tier cities. But with the smaller tier cities, like Shanghai, for the people at home, Shanghai's a first tier city. Beijing's first tier city. Shenzhen is a first tier city. So those are the 3 easy big ones. Then you have places like Hangzhou or Suzhou, which are near us, which are second tier cities. Then you have third tier cities, kind of far out west. And I think with that kind of stuff, sometimes it gets so rural that people don't realize warm beer is served. Some concepts aren't going to work outside the big city. I always like to think we're, like I said, we're about 80-90% Chinese customers here. And for us, all my menus obviously English and Chinese, but a lot of times it's if I went to a French restaurant, I want to show off I can speak a little French. Sometimes I order the menu and it's something for me, And for the customers here, they're oh cool, we're at an American bar, there's American hip hop playing, the proprietor's American, there's American jokes everywhere. And they're like, oh, cool, I can do my English, but I have my fallback Chinese. And I think it's one of those things like people have to realize in the small tier cities, they don't have that experience.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, cool. There's noodles, there's warm beer,
rice.
There's some goat, you're happy. You know, it's life, and that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that's one of those things like you need a little bit more experience, or maybe somebody like a consultant to help you through that if you want to do that kind of thing.
Yep. Shanghai is a place with plenty of different bars. How to become, maybe you already answered like this question, but maybe you have some additional thoughts about that. How to stay unique in Shanghai? Because there's a huge competition here also.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge competition. I mean, there's a new bar that opens every other day here. But you also see like 5 bars close every other day.
Yep.
So it's like I think a lot of it is, you have to, like I said, you have to bring something new to the table or something interesting. Like for us, I mean, in the West it's not that exciting, but here we were doing hip hop the whole time, and like cocktails and big punches, and like we were lucky in the beginning. We won a bunch of awards for design and just for bars, and the people that we wanted to impress were the local people, and they saw that and they're like, oh, this is so much fun for us, you know. And we always encouraged dice playing and just what a bar should be. So I think for us that was always like personality and charm worked for us a lot. But then you have like other bars that are really successful that, you know, maybe they have like their herbs and their mints growing on the wall and you could pluck it. Or some bars are very good because everything's good for WeChat and Instagram.
Yep.
You know, so you have a lot of things, but I think to be really successful, you always have to be pushing yourself a little bit more, and your social media has to be on point at all times. And not Western social media, like WeChat has to be on point at all times.
Yeah, that's the reality. Sometimes people visit bars only for WeChat and Instagram.
Well, I mean, we've changed so much. Like back when I first started, it'd be like 10,000 USD bottle of red wine with Coca-Cola. Yeah. Like everybody's heard those stories, but like I've actually had to serve people like that. And it was always like, coming from San Francisco, like, oh, you can't do that, no. People will be like, you know, it's not your money. The customer's happy, let it happen. And it changes your mindset. You know, so people want to come and just take photos. They're paying for the drinks. Let's make them the best photo drink they could take, right?
Of course.
So this is a business.
Yep.
But like you have to also, you know, if you don't have that mindset of how it works here a little bit more, then I think you get lost in a lot of it.
Of course. Yep. What do you think? Should foreigners come to China to do business or work here, or maybe like they should stay abroad? I think is China open well for?
I think China is 100% open. I don't like the Chinese people here have always been very friendly. Like they want to have new experiences.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that. Like, I mean, you could tell by all the places that are opening up. They want all this stuff. I think if you come with a game plan and you know why you're coming here, it makes it a lot easier for you. Like, a lot of people, like, even when I go home, they don't realize Shanghai especially, but China in general is so civilized. And they're so far ahead of the game in so many things. Like, you know, like we could pay everything with our phone. Nobody carries cash on them.
Yep.
Right? Like I carry your phone, you carry everything like that, and you're happy. But like I always have people like, oh, do you guys have beer in China? Or do you have this? I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty well-off city. Like we know what we're doing. Yeah. Like my friends are like, dude, should we bring some Levi jeans? And I'm like, nobody cares. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like if you come here with a mindset like China's gonna be wow because you can flair bartend, nobody's gonna care. Because we've already done all this stuff. So you have to just research a little bit and see. Shanghai's already on the up. It's one of the, like, you know, there's cities like that are smaller than us, but cities like us, we're already educated. If you come in with that, come in with the respect of the people that know what they're doing, they know how to order whiskey. They're not just buying the most expensive thing on the menu anymore. They're asking questions. Oh, what whiskey is this? Or why is this from here? Or maybe they've even been to a lot of places now. Then I think you do a lot better. Whereas in the old days, when I came to China, I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? Like I was just going, oh, you know. I didn't know any words. Now I'm like, okay, cool. I understand the concepts a lot better.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. And do you have any maybe special offers for our viewers? I mean, if they come here and say business life in China, they can get something special, maybe discounts or something like that?
Sure. If they say business life in China to me personally, I'll do a shot of Jameson and a draft beer.
Wow, nice. I guess that's
a beer and a shot. Easy, easy peasy.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thanks.
Boom.